What's up everyone? Today I'm going to be bringing you the build for my 2003 Subaru WRX. The stock motor recently developed a rod knock and we're throwing something else in it. So you know what? Let's just get started. Alright guys, so I'm bringing you a little bit late into this build. I already jumped on it a little bit. As you can see, there obviously is no engine in here right now. Not too long ago, the stock engine developed a bit of a rod knock, so I went ahead and pulled it out. So let's go walk over to where it is. Some turbos on the ground. There's the new engine, but we'll get back to that in a second. Here is the little old dead engine. As you can see, the heads are gone, just the block. So yeah, not much to see there. And then now we get to the good stuff. Let's see what we got. So this is the new block that I'm putting in it. This is an EJ257. This is a brand new block from Subaru. This is the engine that's in a 2007 STI. Just admire the beauty for a second. Alright, so here is the new motor, or engine I should say. It's not a motor, it's an engine. This is EJ257, brand new. How beautiful she is. Now since I'm upgrading the displacement from a 2 liter to a 2.5 liter, there's going to be much more low end torque, which is going to be quite nice for a daily driver. Let's go take a look at the turbos. Or turbo. So here's the turbo that I'm going to be running on this build. Well, let me just start off by saying I'm going to be reusing the heads off of my EJ205. So this is going to be a EJ257 hybrid build because it reuses the heads from the EJ205 but the new block from a 257. So hybrid. And this is the turbo I'm going to be using. This is the Blausch H18 GXT with the 8 centimeter turbine housing. This baby's going to be quite nice. Let me show you what it looks like compared to the stock TD4 that came on this car. Let's see this little baby snail compared to Papa Snail. You can see that. Look at the size comparison of the compressor housing and the compressor wheel. It is quite a bit bigger. And let's take a look at the turbine. Let's see if we can get that focus. There we go. And here is baby snail. Puny. So I'm going to be running an external wastegate setup on this. So time to pull this internal wastegate bracket off and throw on my other bracket that's going to keep the wastegate shut. Alright, so it's time to pull off this wastegate bracket. It uses a 13 millimeter, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull those off right now. Now you could weld the wastegate, the internal wastegate on this turbo shut, but I'm just going to be using the cob adjustable wastegate bracket that you can adjust to clamp the wastegate shut. So now those two bolts are removed, we can take a screwdriver and get this little clip off. Now the way you do these is you get a screwdriver in the little end and just pull it off. There it is. And now your bracket is off. And now your wastegate is free. Let's get that clamp ready. Alright, so here's our cob adjustable wastegate bracket. So it has this little ball joint thing right here that allows it to pivot. So I'm first going to mount that up to the compressor housing with those 13mm bolts that the original wastegate was held on with. Now I'm going to leave those loose so I can give myself some room for adjustment. Alright guys, so I've figured out this wastegate bracket. Originally I had it on upside down. So this mount at the top where this little ball joint goes into has to be facing up. Originally I had it facing down. I ran these two bolts in loosely. Got the bar that attaches to the wastegate in position. Made sure the wastegate was closed. Put the clip in. Tighten this down a little bit, tighten these down to clamp it to the compressor housing, and then tighten this down all the way. And then there is a little lock nut that needs to be tightened down. And there it is. Now that wastegate is staying shut for that external wastegate. Alright, so next thing I'm going to be installing is this set of ARP head studs. As you can see, they're a different configuration from the stock head studs. The stock head studs are just a bolt like this, pretty much, that threads down into the block. The ARP set is a two-piece set, so this part threads into the block by hand, like so. Thread that into the block, and then you put your head on, with obviously the head gasket in between, and then you torque down the nut on the top. Alright, we flip the engine over and let's install the last one. And let me also mention, I gave these all a light coat of oil to help the threads go a little bit easier. ARP does say that you can use Loctite on the threads into the block, but you know, it's not really that necessary. Make sure you just don't over tighten them or leave them too loose. Alright, all the ARP head studs are installed. They're just waiting for the heads. And the heads for the EJ205, I pulled them off my car and I sent them off to get machined. They need to be CNC machined to fit the combustion chamber of the STI piston. It is slightly different. Some people have had success with running a little bit thicker of a head gasket, but I feel like it's well worth the money to get the head CNC machined, so they're perfect.